If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it. We had already done the Fantastic Four and I think maybe the X-Men, I can't remember the order, but my publisher came to me and he said, Stan, I want you to come up with another superhero. So I said, okay, and I went home, and when my publisher said do something, I'd better do it because I wanted to keep my job. I thought, what can I come up with now? And the most important thing in a superhero at first is the superpower. Once you get that, everything else comes along. So I thought, what power will I give a new guy? And I saw a fly crawling on the wall. And I said, hey, if I could get a superhero that could stick to walls and crawl on them, man, that would be cool. So I thought that was good. Now I needed a name. So I thought, let's see, Fly Man, Mosquito Man. I got down to Spider-Man. Spider-Man. It just sounded dramatic. So, okay, I had my hero, I had his power, his name, and then I figured just for fun, I'm going to give him personal problems. Because except for you people who are that your lives are perfect, but most other people have personal problems. And then I thought I'd make him a teenager, because there were no teenage superheroes that I knew of at the time. So armed with all that wonderful material, those great ideas, I ran into my publisher's office and I told him. This was my reaction, the reaction he gave me. Stan, that is the worst idea I have ever heard. First of all, and he started to give me his, because he's a very logical man, very intellectual. First of all, people hate spiders, so you can't call a hero Spider-Man. You want him to be a teenager? Teenagers can only be sidekicks. And you want him to have personal problems? Stan, don't you know what a superhero is? They don't have personal problems. Well, I left the office disappointed, but obviously a much wiser man. And I couldn't get Spider-Man out of my system. So we were about to kill a magazine. I think it was called Amazing Fantasy. It wasn't selling well, and we were sending the last issue to press. When you do the last issue of a magazine, nobody cares what you put in it because the book is dying. Just to get it out of my system, I put Spider-Man in Amazing Fantasy, feature him on the cover, forgot about it. A month later, all the sales figures came in. My publisher came racing into my office. Stan, you remember that character we both loved so much, Spider-Man? He said, let's do him as a series. Now, why am I telling you this? Besides the fact that I have to kill a little time. If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, don't let some idiot talk you out of it. Now, that doesn't mean that every wild notion you come up with is going to be genius, but if there is something that you feel is good, something you want to do, something that means something to you, try to do it. Because I think you can only do your best work if you're doing what you want to do, and if you're doing it the way you think it should be done. Just do your thing, do it as well as you, that's the important thing. Don't shirk. Whatever you do, give it your best shot. You'll be glad you did. Exactly.
No, put your arm down. He's got to put his arm under you.
I thought he put it under here.
No, he puts his arm under you.
I'm thinking, wait a
Put your
minute.
arm down, Mario.
He's got to put his arm under you. He's got to lift you, hasn't he?
You're going to lift us. Don't lift us too hard, though, 'cause you left us.
Fuck off.
No, put your arm out.
Put it under my neck. Nah, fuck that.
No, I want this book.
Under here.
Underneath.
There's a fucking something dodgy you want
Under
to
mine. That's it.
Yeah.
Put your legs down straight. Your legs down.
No.
Put your legs down.
No.
Put your legs flat, Mario.
You might cock him out.
Put your legs flat. Forward. Lay your legs down. Right. Put your leg on this, Johnny. Now you're not. I'll tell you now, boy, you're in trouble now.
Nothing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Ready? See me commentage. Era. Fuck. No! Oh my god! 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 Pardon, if you're here, take a picture with me. I film. I literally have my hand.
David, do you hear me?
I have my hand on him.
David, do you hear me?
Holy god! Pardon, take a picture. Take a picture. Go, girl. I'm smiling. Got it. You got it. Let me see. Oh my god! 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 The papers are moving! Oh my god! Oh my god! Pardon, if you're here, grab this from my hand! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hold on, sit in the chair! Oh, he's here! Put him back! Oh, chill. Rock-a-tie! Viva! Oh my god! Was that cool?
No.
Hold on. Can I tell you something? We saw you the entire time. I'm so sorry.
How did you do that?
We took the picture earlier.
That was amazing.
Police officer observed this driver committing a minor moving violation. You realize what you did wrong back there? No. Then stop for the stop sign.
I stopped.
Unaware of...
I thought you didn't give pretty girls tickets.
Pardon me?
I thought you didn't give pretty girls tickets.
You didn't think we gave pretty girls tickets? You're absolutely right. We don't. Sign here.
Oh, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
That means that side needs to be connected to ground or negative. The tip of the gun here simulates a human being.
I made this simple circuit and I'll plug it in. Now the circuit is hot and the voltages on this voltage. Oh my god! Please join me for the first time to hear how it sounds. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, this is wild. You can see how it parts. Quite wide. Let me measure it for you. The power supply. The fuse box should be somewhere in there. So here we go. Only touch one of the AC lines. The hell? Why bad things happen to good people? Go. Go.
That's so magnifique. I don't know what you're saying.
Damn, look at them titties. The girl gets mad and says, oh, wait a minute. Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a whore. Which is true. Gentlemen, that is true. Just because they dress a certain way doesn't mean they are a certain way. Don't ever forget it. But ladies, you must understand that that is fucking confusing. Just is. Now that would be like me, Dave Chappelle the comedian, walking around the streets in a cop uniform. Somebody might run up on me. Oh, thank God. Officer, help us. Come on, they're over here. Help us. I'm like, oh, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a police officer. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, all right, lady, fine. Fine. You are not a whore. But you are wearing a whore's uniform, I'll tell you that shit right now.
So what's in the bag?
It's called Brother Sister.
That's awesome. And what is that about? Like a brother-sister crime-fighting duo?
It's about a brother and a sister that fuck.
They what?
They fuck each other.
Who's watching me?
Who's watching?
I always feel like somebody's watching me. And I keep
Oh, is it firm enough? Yes, it is. Oh! He had the hat off before it dropped, Gary. Unbelievable.
It's like, well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm gonna be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
Howard,
Anne.
are you more interesting than you look?
It's all in the mind, eye of the beholder, Anne.
What do you do?
I'm a business development manager for a large bank in the Northeast.
Okay. Tell me if there's anything interesting about your job.
Absolutely not. No. It's interesting to me, but I'm sure that it would probably go right over your head.
Okay. Why Doris?
Doris, when she missed the question, she took up a larger amount of time than necessary.
Okay, you're always very quick, are you, Howard?
In some things, yes. In other things, I like to take my time, you know what I mean?